Come to Helmuth Ford, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shuttler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
Attention Iowa business owners. Is your business missing sales because you're too busy to follow up? Every missed call or delayed message could be costing you money. At Easy Biz Tech, we help local businesses stay ahead by automating customer follow-up, so no lead gets left behind. Missed a call? Our system texts back instantly. Need personalized outreach? We send automated texts, emails, and even use AI-powered voice agents to connect with your customers 24/7. Stop losing money because of slow follow-up. Contact Easy Biz Tech today, where Iowa businesses win online.
Southern Iowa, it's rodeo time. The 2025 Albia Chamber Main Street Rodeo returns Saturday, June 7th at the Monroe County Fairgrounds. Rogue Rodeo brings us 8 thrilling events, a bull ride showdown, comedy from Ronald Burton, and the dazzling Diamonds and Dust performance. Gates open at 5 p.m. for food, fun, and high-energy action await. Tickets on sale now at albiachambermainstreet.org. Adults $15 in advance, $20 at the gate. Kids only $10. Saddle up for a night of tradition and thrill. Don't miss it.
Jace Race 2025 is Saturday, June 7th at the North Mahaska Junior Senior High School in New Sharon. The 5K starts at 8 a.m., followed by the 1 mile fun run. To sign up, use the links on the North Mahaska Education Foundation's Facebook page. Pre-registration guarantees you a t-shirt, but you can also sign up the day of the race. There will be some giveaways and first-place prizes. In memory of Jace Carrico, who passed in 2008, the Carrico family appreciates the community's support. The band Full Circle is coming to rock the Keswick Tavern this Saturday, May 31st from 8 to midnight. Full Circle is a professional 5-piece band playing popular 100% danceable covers of classic rock, pop, and R&B from the 1970s through today. The Keswick Tavern is located at 117 South Irons in Keswick. So make plans this Saturday night to meet your friends at the Keswick Tavern for the band Full Circle. As always, there's no cover charge at the Keswick Tavern. Neil.
Hey, man, what's up?
You want to do some radio?
Radio? I haven't been on the radio for a long time. But yeah, that'd be cool.
Cool.
Skunk River Radio. Let's get skunky.
And welcome in. It's time for the sports section. We are live from Barnwired on the square in Sigourney at 119 East Marion Street. You can stop in for some coffee and some breakfast to get you going on a beautiful Saturday morning. Well, let's go live. We've got our guest host, our 1 week host for today, the guy that was the OG. He was the original host of the sports section. We're bringing him back for a week, and we do thank Alan Sellers for being here today. Alan, we've got a stacked show today. So many successful sports teams around our area, and we're going to squeeze 3 of them in today. We're starting off with English Valley's track. We're going to have Pekin track and also Sigourney boys golf coming up. So let's start with EV track. Alan, take it away.
All right. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for having me today. It's been a long time since I hosted a show, and I still remember the very first show when I was trying to say the Steve Shetler Sports Media Show. Got it mixed up. I think I said a cuss word in there, and we had to cut it out. So along with what's the show today, we actually have an idol in the crowd today, an actual idol. So, yes, Coach Idol. So today, first of all, we'll start with the EV Bears track team, and we've got Coach Becker, Ava Gurking, and Gage Heine. So thanks for coming today, guys. First, Becker, I wanted to talk to you about just your history of how you got to where you're at today.
Oh, wow. Let's see. Well, I have coached athletics, varsity athletics, this is my 28th season. I started coaching boys track in 2014. Yeah, is that right? 2013, 2014. I can't remember. Honestly, it's been so long. as a favor to Al Ling, who was our AD at EV at the time, we couldn't find a track coach. And started with junior high in 2012. 2013 came along. I had a great group of 8th grade boys. And they said, we want you to be the boys track coach. And I had a couple of them say, well, if you don't coach the boys track, we won't go out. And at the time, EV's track program was in a little bit of disarray. And so I made a deal with those 9 guys and said, I will coach boys track, but you have to sign, sealed, pinky swear that you'll stay out for 4 years, and we'll rebuild the program. And out of the 9 guys, 8 of them stayed out. One of them was a really good golfer, and so he went that way. But we that's how we started, and it's just been built from there on some standards and expectations that are non-negotiable. And then I had the first state qualifier in 11 years in 2018 in Clayton Moore, and it's just been going from there.
Yeah, I've told quite a few people here this year with the junior high track that I coach that, EV, it's like, gosh, you guys are so good in track. I mean, I really hats off to you for turning that program around.
Thank you.
They're very good. I guess so. We'll lean over here to Gage. I did a little bit of research on you, Gage. You ran, it looks like the 400 meter, the 800 meter, the 1600 meter, the 3200 meter, a 4x4, 4x8 sprint med, and a D med.
Yeah.
So
yes.
which one is your favorite out of all of those?
It's kind of hard to say. The 400 goes by very fast, and I think the only time I ran the Open 4, I was laughing for, the next 5 minutes after it because I was not used to it. But my favorite race would probably have to be the 800 or the 1600. Most likely the 1600 because I've been running it since forever ago. Entire high school career I've been running that. It's always my kind of go-to race. It's fun. It's strategic, and now at this point it's wicked fast. You go and you have to keep on going. There's so much more strategy in it than like an 800. Yes, there's quite a bit of strategy, but the 1600, it's a longer race, so it kind of plays out to different people at different points in the race. So that's my favorite race.
And I remember watching Gage this year at the Sigourney meet run the mile, and it was just like every lap was like he was running a 400. I mean, I was just like, holy cow, does the kid ever slow down? I mean, you are good. And I remember, Gage, you back when I started junior high, it would have been your 8th grade year, and Troy Kleck came in, and he was just like, there's this kid from EV that I just have a hard time beating, and, look at where, Gage has turned out from then. So.
Well, they all look at me like I'm crazy because when he hits the last lap, what do I yell at you?
You're a sprinter.
I said, you're a sprinter now. You have 400 to go, you're a sprinter now. And people in the crowd will look at me like, and I do it when he runs the 32 also, and they all look at me like I've lost my mind, like this kid just went three laps and now you're yelling at him that he's a sprinter. But that's the mentality that we go in. It's actually funny. The phrase in our program is we don't run, we race. And so that's the strategy that we always put forth when we do it. So it's kind of entertaining to watch him do that because, we do. We that's really something that we push forward is that we're racing all the time. And so, he is a sprinter.
Very good. Ava, I'm going to have you just kind of go through the events that you that run and your favorite event that you run.
Okay. Oh, okay. What am I supposed to do? Wait, what?
Tell us all the events that you're in.
Oh, okay.
And then your favorite event that you like to run.
I'm in long jump, the Open 1, Open 2, Sprint Med. I've ran the 4x4 once this year. And my favorite event's probably the 100. It's short and sweet, but it's very competitive, and I don't know, I just really like it.
And overall for both of you, how did your season go? What did you guys make it to state in?
My season went great. I started out strong at UNI, had a couple good races. It was competitive. I was actually leading the 1600 there for a while. Did not expect that to happen. Bunch of great guys running that one, like Quentin Nauman, who just went sub 4. That's crazy. But it's been going well. I had a couple wins at indoor state, and then once we got to the outdoor season, I was putting some good times down to try and qualify for Drake. Ended up going in the 1600. Got sick for Drake, which was a little disappointing, but there's not much you can do about that. Just kind of have to deal with it. But had good conference, had good districts, and ended up getting to stay in the Open 8, the 1600, the 3200, and the DMed, which all went very good at state. We all had PRs and or school records at that point because we already had all of them. So just
it seems like a lot of school records get broke at state just because of the competition, even if you don't win the race.
Yeah, the competition was fantastic this year at state, and the weather was about as good as you could ask for. So fast times were kind of inevitable. So yeah.
My season was pretty good. I started out indoor. I started out long jumping for the first time since 8th grade, and that was quite something. It was fun in the beginning, and then it just went kind of downhill, but I made that in state. I qualified in the 1 and 2, and our sprint medley qualified. That made a new PR at state with the beautiful weather and the great competition and everything. I broke the school record in the Open 1 and 2 this year, and it was a pretty good season. A lot of new relationships and everything was made, and it was fun.
So besides running at state, what was your favorite part of state, going to state? I've never been there, so what was your favorite part? Just
Nauman running the sub 4. I was down on the field. That was crazy. The energy in the crowd was, you can't even put into words. Just the crowd pop when he just got across the finish line under 4. It was wicked. Like, it was so loud down there, you can barely hear yourself. You're yelling, you're screaming. It's like, oh my gosh, that just the first time in history that went sub 150 and sub 4. It's a crazy thing to witness. So that was probably my favorite.
I like not having, I competed Thursday, and then Friday I didn't have anything to compete, so I could just watch. And it's a lot of fun to just sit there and watch things and watch all the records and everything being broken. I got there on Thursday, and I didn't have to race till noon, and we got I didn't have to race till 4, and we got there at noon, and I watched the Kelly girl from Assumption, and we watched her run her 100, and it was just insane. It's 11:08 something, and she's just how far ahead of everybody else, and it's something you strive to see and look forward to.
Coach Becker, what was your favorite memory up there this year?
Well, just the atmosphere. You got to go. You're a sports guy. You got to at least experience it one time. The atmosphere is always fun, and to be able to watch some of that stuff that. I love good track and field, so it doesn't matter whether it's 1A through or 4A. I loved watching. I've had the opportunity to go to clinics with Jordan Mullen, who's the head coach at Ankeny, and he ran hurdles at Iowa. His Ankeny shuttle hurdle team went 56 seconds to run a shuttle hurdle. That was exciting, crazy to see. So much fun. For our teams, anytime we can get records and things like that, that's fun. We had a bit of a glitch in our DMed. We got bumped. We got more than bumped, but for us to maintain our composure in that situation, still come around, get the stick in Gage's hand, and be able to finish, with a top 5 finish. When that was a proud moment for me for us to be able to do that, because that was a big goal for the guys to be on the podium, and I think that was possible. It didn't play into our hands a little bit, but we kept our composure, so that was good for me to see, and I really enjoyed that part and was really proud of the guys for that. But the atmosphere up there, like Gage said, the weather was perfect. I don't know in 14 years that I've ever had weather that good. Oh my gosh. And so it just made for great racing. It was so much fun.
Sure. Gage, besides track, what other activities are you involved in?
I'm involved in golf. So golf, spring, and track, cross country. are golf, track, cross country are my 3 sports that I do at the moment. So this year I actually qualified for state golf as well. Had a great districts, even though the weather was not so great. It was rainy, it was windy on a hard course, but I was able to keep the ball in play and shoot a 78 or 6 over. I got 2nd overall. Yeah, it was a good meet. Got up to state on Tuesday and Wednesday. Had a couple of not great rounds. I was hitting the full shots pretty good, putting them in the fairway, leaving myself with some good opportunities, but couldn't quite convert them into any good scores because the greens were wicked fast and kind of unpredictable. They were very deceiving, in which like sometimes they would break and sometimes they wouldn't. So had lots of putts. Just couldn't quite get anything to fall, but ended up around tied for 26th with a 166. Wow. So I shot 85 the first day, 81 day 2. Got a little bit better, but there's not much you can ask for. I just wanted to get there this year and was happy to do that.
Ava?
I'm involved in volleyball, basketball, track, and softball. And they're all really fun to do. We have the same group of girls that does about everything, 4 sport athletes, and we just all have really good connections and everything like that.
Okay. So for both of you, just in your individual events, is there like going into a meet, is there just someone that you really want to beat? I mean, is there that person that you're like, oh, I want to really try to beat them, or is there just the competition? You know, who's your strongest competition up to state anyway?
At state or up to state?
Up to state.
Not.
Troy's probably watching.
Yes. Troy is always nice to beat. Yeah. It's, I don't know. This year there was just a lot of me trying to break times, so it didn't really matter if I won or not. It was just kind of, can I get faster or can I set a qualifying time? So like at our Benton meet, like I really wanted to go under 420 to give myself a good shot for qualifying for the 1600, and I didn't even win the race. I had a great race, and then Alex Torres from Vinton Schellsburg, he just outkicked me that last 50 meters, and we both ended up having good enough times to qualify for that. So it was more about times for me this year. So just setting school records, setting the best times I could.
Like Gage said, it's a lot about, I try not to focus on the competition as much because then I get just more nervous and psyched out. So I just try and focus on myself and what I can do to do my best, and just whatever happens, happens.
Okay. And my last question before you guys leave, Gage, track or golf?
Track. This used to be a question about freshman, sophomore year. I was really debating whether or not to do golf as my priority or as track. And I held out with track. I was very relieved to have done that. But golf was easier on the mind, or it was easier to compete in it, but the consistency of track, where like sometimes you still have good races and bad races, but even on those good and bad days, you can still pull out where you kind of are supposed to finish. You just might not have your time as you wanted. Whereas golf, it's if you have a bad day, you really have a bad day. So, yeah, the consistency of track really helped me stay with track. So,
Ava, basketball, volleyball, or track?
Track. It's just so much more enjoyable.
Are you guys pressured because Coach Becker's sitting right here? Or?
No. I love to run. Running is
yeah
exactly what I do quite a lot. So
I used to really like basketball and everything like that. And I did a couple travel basketball things, and it just kind of burnt me out a little bit. So I really found a love for track in high school. I started to be more successful in it, and it was just fell in love with it.
And Coach Becker, your last question. Boys track or girls track?
I've coached both. I was the head coach for both boys and girls one year. For me, it's boys track. I coach other girls' sports. Boys track is kind of that unique thing. We have our own. Boys is a different egg. There's no doubt about it. But it's not that I don't like the girls. And actually, Steve Hester and I, we work together really, really well. I do some things with Ava, or I do some things with all the throwers still. But now the boys will always have, the place in my heart first when it comes to it. So, yeah, boys track.
Okay.
I got a question. Gage, you said you were here back in the fall for cross country, and you were saying how you ran every single day at least, like a mile or something?
At least a mile.
Is that streak still intact?
It is still intact.
All right.
I think today will be day 1847. So we're over 5 years now. I started back spring of my 7th grade year, May 11th, 2020. It's been a while.
He's encouraged a lot of kids to do it.
Yeah, there's been a couple kids at our school that are started streaking. I think Kaylee Frazier just hit like day 500. So there are other kids that are starting to do it, which I think it's kind of cool.
Nice. And you're a senior.
Yes.
Ava, what grade are you in?
I'm a sophomore.
And you'll going into your
Yep,
junior
yep.
year now. So Gage, since you're a senior, what are your plans after high school now?
I will be continuing to run. I'll be doing cross country and track for Wartburg this fall. So
awesome. Well, I think we'll wrap up this segment. Guys, we thank you for coming over and
Thank you.
Thank you
getting
very
up
much.
early on a Saturday morning. Just hang tight here, and we'll go to a commercial break. We thank English Valley's Track for being part of the show this morning. We've got Pekin Track coming up next here on the sports section. We're live from Barnwire. Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider. And Oski Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Oski Dental. Stop by James Family Greenhouse and Produce in Sigourney. They have a variety of hanging baskets, annuals, shrubs, perennials, trees, mulch, and vegetable plants. Plus, you can spruce up your landscape with yard decor or decorate the inside of your home with home decor. James Family Greenhouse is also a great place to stop in for some gift ideas. You gotta stop in and see it all for yourself. James Family Greenhouse at 701 East Jackson in Sigourney. And be sure to follow their page on Facebook. Find your Iowa dream home with AE Realty in Montezuma. With unparalleled industry knowledge, experience, and local expertise, AE Realty is the Montezuma real estate expert you've been looking for. Whether you're buying or selling, AE Realty can help you get the best deal. You can find AE Realty at 321 East Main Street in Montezuma. Call 641-623-2639 or online at www.aerealtyinc.com.
Looking for more than just a job? Find a career where you make a difference right in your community.
What I appreciate about First Resources is our dedication to innovation, always looking for ways to expand programming and offer greater opportunities for our staff and everyone involved.
First Resources staff are amazing. They're committed and they are motivated and they are fierce advocates to help clients meet their goals.
If you're ready to join a team committed to making a difference, apply online and join us at First Resources.
Build it together. Build it with Valley Lumber.
Are you building a new house or maybe wanting to do a remodel? Come check out our showroom at Valley Lumber and Hardware's Eddyville location. Cook kitchen cabinets, masonite interior doors, and more. Not sure what you want? Let us help with the design and layout of your new kitchen or remodel. At Valley Lumber and Hardware, we can help with any room in the house. From lumber for building to shower enclosures, paint, and more. Choose Valley Lumber and Hardware with locations in Eddyville and Albia.
All right, we're back live with the sports section. We are coming to you from Barnwired in downtown Sigourney on the south side of the square. Stop in for some breakfast and some coffee to get you going on a Saturday morning. Let me see here. I should have adjusted my screen just a hair. Here we go. We got Pekin Track in. Alan Sellers is our one-week host on this beautiful Saturday morning in May. Alan, you got Pekin Track with you. Take it away.
All right, thanks, Steve. I almost sounds like the coffee's brewing.
Yeah.
I can hear something anyway here. Today with Pekin Track here, we got Will Adam, senior. Casey Davis is senior. Chloe Glosser, junior. She's back. And then we got little Anna Hadley, which I still remember Anna on the corner of the street that was like this tall, and that's still how I think of her. That's crazy of how fast you grew up. So, and then we got Coach Idol, the idol of track. So, guys, thanks for coming today anyway. So, I did have some of your stats. I'll go with Will first here. Will, I got you in the 200 meter, the 400 meter, the 4x4, long jump, 4x1, 4x2, 110 shuttle hurdle. And you're another one that I remember in 8th grade because Landon Crow happened to be at Sigourney then, and I thought Landon was a pretty good long jumper. Man, there was this kid named Will Adam, though, that we just could never beat. So, Will, thanks for coming. Casey Davis, I got Casey running the 200 meter, the 110 hurdles, 4x1, sprint med, D-med, and 110 shuttle hurdle. Chloe, the 1500 meter, the 3000 meter, 4x4, 4x8, sprint med, and D-med, and Anna is disc and shot. Is that correct? I guess I just want to go around and ask you guys what events you went to in state and how it went up there.
So I went in long jump, 4x2, shuttle hurdle, and the 4x4. Long jump was a little disappointing, but I got 12th place. I got in the upper half of the state, so I'm very proud of myself. 4x2, we broke the school record and got 5th, coming in ranked 4th. So very proud of that. Our shuttle hurdle, everyone else ran great. I felt like I could have done a little better, but we still went 101, which we're very proud of. We got 6th, and then in our 4x4, we went, I think, 328, which is like just about our PR, and I think we got 13th. But very good competition for the 4x4 this year. Everything was close. If everybody else would have ran their times a week later, we would have been in the finals. So yeah.
I went to state in the 110 highs, shuttle hurdle, and the sprint med. Our sprint med went up. We thought we were going to do pretty good, but we ran good, but everyone just PR'd by a ton. So it was hard to, it just wasn't what we expected. Then the shuttle hurdle, we ran good. It went better than what we were seeded, so we got nothing to hang our head about. Then the 110 highs made finals and placed 8th, so.
I just made it in 2 events this year, which I've made it in 4 the 2 years before, but I only ran 2 events at districts and made it in those 2, the 3,000 and the 15. And, I'll take it because I'd rather say I got 2nd and 3rd in 2 things than getting like 5th, 7th, or just qualifying. So that was good. I also ran the 3K at Drake this year, and that was an amazing atmosphere, and I was excited to go back to the stadium and do it again in track or at state, and yeah, it was good.
I made state in shot put and discus. Last year I won shot, but I only got 6th this year. But then discus, I was runner-up last year, but I managed to win this year, so that was good.
So, Anna, what was the difference between last year and this year in that shot?
Well, for instance, competition, because I won last year with a 39.2, but the one that won this year was I think it was a 42 even, so there's a 3-foot jump, which is crazy. I also just didn't throw good. I only threw a 37.4, that's on the very lower end for my average.
So do you remember, is it some of the girls that you went against your junior year, the same ones that you went against in your senior year? Or?
Yeah, the girl that won this year, she was runner-up last year to me, and she got really good this year. She went from, I think it was a 39-foot PR last year to 42.10 this year, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coach Idle, I just want you to tell us about how'd state go in general for you guys, boys and girls. And are you one of those coaches that just have to run all over I mean, you got so many events going on, or do you just kind of hang back and?
Well, you know, I guess we're a little different at Pekin. We don't have slogans, we don't have sayings, we don't do this. And, you know, I'm kind of fortunate that I got 4 good assistant coaches plus these guys right here. When I go to the state meet, I just go up and sit. Where are they at? You don't have to worry about it. I know exactly where they are, what they're doing, and they always get the job done. You know, I guess track, too, is a little different that when we go out, we have some of our workouts posted, and as I'm walking out, I'll say, Will, Casey, what do you think we ought to do here? Yeah, sounds good to me, and they go ahead and they get it done. And sometimes we've had guys who would run in the cornfield and various things like that and hide, but they don't. They get it done, and then we've had other runners that go with them that they our other shuttle hurdle people started looking at them to see what they did, and they started improving. So I guess what workouts do we do and things like that? Right here, I always have to ask. I don't see Anna much. She has Lisa Crabtree as her coach, and we talk a little bit. And once in a while, I'll have Anna come over with us, and she has to run to start with the runners. But other than that, you know, I don't talk to them a lot during practice. They know what they're going to do, and they do it. I mean, it's just what a good season. A lot of times Michelle's here. She's one of my assistant coaches. She says, what do you think we ought to hear? You do this. She takes the sprinters or whatever, and we all get the job done. That's fun. We have one thing that we have kind of a disadvantage. These guys work so good, and they had such a good season. What would happen if we would, from not a lot to pick from, what would happen if we would be like Waukee North? Now they have 180 people out. What could we do if these 2 boys here go pick out some hurdlers? You know, they talk about Ankeny, great guy, but all this shuttle hurdle team, they ran 56, but they all ran 49 in the quarter, and they ran 21. You get Will or Casey, they could go and pick out some. Would be awesome. They were awesome anyway. Chloe, it's kind of different because we can't do the same workouts for all our distance runners because Chloe is here and some of the other ones aren't ready for that yet. Anna, I just kind of watch her to see if she hits the crossbar with the shot every now and then, and that's one of her drills. And but it's been a good season. Excellent. Can't beat it. One of the best I've had.
Good. You guys are always known for your cross country and track down there, and it's fun to follow. I know my wife always, when I get home, how'd Chloe do? 1. How'd Anna do? 1. You know, so, but she always asks how you guys have done. So, I guess kind of for all of you, what other activities are you guys in besides track?
Well, I'm in football, basketball, track, and then I'm participating in baseball right now.
Football and basketball.
Just cross country and track. No more basketball, right, Davis?
I do basketball, track, and softball.
And Mr. Idle, what all do you coach now?
Well, cross country and boys and girls track, and this year I'm not doing girls basketball. You know, after 61 years doing 4 sports or 3 sports, I need a little break because anymore you get if you don't practice in the summer 3 days a week or so, you're sunk, and it's hard for all these kids. Look, they're all out for these sports. And then you have to get into the club sports is killing high school athletics, and it's hard. It's hard, and these guys do a good job. We always liked one thing about them. If you notice, most of them are just not one sport athletes. They're good kids, and the thing I always like to brag about them, they come from good families that support the Pekin Sports program and the Pekin Sports. And that helps a lot right there.
That's the one thing I like about the small schools is, we have 4 sport athletes instead of, like you said, Waukee or Ankeny, where, some of them kids that I know, I run track and that's all I do, or I'm a football player, that's all I do. So, I love watching the kids in multiple sports. So for your seniors here, what's your plans after school?
So this fall, I'll be heading up to Wartburg, and I'll be playing football and also running track. And I'll be studying secondary education while also coaching.
This fall, I'm going up to Kirkwood to study agricultural science. So, yep.
Chloe, do you have any future plans?
I do. I have keeping my options open on colleges. I'll go on official visits in the fall. I've been in close contact with about 4 or 5 places with coaches, but I definitely want to go into nursing. I've been set on that for a while, but I am very passionate about doing that and running. I'm down for the challenge, and I don't know. I just think it's what God's calling me to do, and I want to follow my heart. And I know it's going to be hard, but I can get it done.
I don't know yet where I want to go. Like Chloe, I'm keeping all my options open, but right now I'm trying to get my AA in business before I graduate. So I'm going to hopefully get a bachelor's in either business marketing or administrations in college.
And Mr. Idle, what's your future plans here?
Oh, business as usual, I guess. I started Chloe works with me this summer, working at the pool again, teaching, and going out to school about every 3 or 4 games and watching these. I watched baseball and softball last night, and I enjoyed watching them and just keeping busy and ready to teach again next year and coach.
And then for all of you guys here too, you guys are always track-wise in the team race to win it. Going to some meets, I mean, like, what is the one team that you guys really want to beat? And I know who I'd pick because I've watched you guys many times. But I mean, like, who do you feel like is the one team we really want to beat these guys? And I know you guys are focused on your personal times and races, but what's team-wise? What's one team you want to really beat?
I think Casey and I both know, because I'd say we're both pretty close with the team that we want to strive to beat, but I think it's Columbus Junction. Like, they go up to state, and, like, their sprinters are top tier. They're, like, some of the best in the state, and, like, you beat them, then that proves that you can be up there with the top dogs in the state. So it's probably between them and Van Buren, and we see them almost every meet this year. So those are the 2 teams that we go after whenever we see them. Okay.
Girls?
I mean, I don't really know. Like, our girls didn't even win a meet until conference, so I mean, I guess that's a good meet to win, but I don't know.
Who's like the best competition in conference as far as team-wise? Who finished behind you?
L&M.
Okay.
Okay. Like, they're always, fun to beat. Like, I don't know. Do you have anyone individually?
Really, the only people I look at as competition, obviously, are the people that beat me. But I think really the only one, because I see her at a couple meets before, like Drake and State, would be Lydia Kriegel from Iowa Valley, because she beat me last year in discus. But that's really it for me.
Okay. And boys, I'm right on with you. Columbus Junction. I really felt like that was when I've seen you. It was a battle between you two. So, nope, I'm with you on the Columbus Junction. So, let's see, Chloe, cross country or track?
I don't know.
If you had to choose.
That's tough, because I really enjoyed the 3K this year. Like, I went up to Drake, broke 10. Broke the school record, which I got at the first meet, and it was only my 5th time ever running it. And so, I don't know. But, like, cross country, I finally got all state, got 3rd, did more than I thought I ever could in it. And I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait till senior year and see how it ends up. But right now, I would honestly say cross country. It's just that, like, the team aspect, the family feel, and just, I don't know, the overwhelming joy I felt when I crossed that finish line. I don't know. I haven't felt that since. But like even at Drake, I don't think I cried, which is kind of surprising. But I was just kind of in awe of both. But yeah, I would say cross country probably.
Very good. Anna, disc or shot?
100% discus. That's always been my favorite ever since middle school. So.
And I do have to ask that 150.0, is that a school record, state record?
Yeah, and my PR.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I didn't know.
Yeah.
The school record was set in 1985 by Kathy Snow, 148 feet, and she'd been close, but the 150 is our school record, and it's the state meet 1A state record now.
Nice.
So.
Very nice. Will, track or football?
It's football, and it's not really close. Sorry, Davis. I love football. I mean, it's more the fact of like I feel like I'm a pretty good football player, but man, track really beats down on you. I mean, that Columbus kids, that sophomore in their shuttle hurdle, do you know how much it sucks to get beat by a sophomore 4 or 5 different times? Like, he's very fast, don't get me wrong, but gosh, that sucks.
Casey, track or football?
Football was fun this year because we went on a run, but I have to go track. I can just finally like focus on myself, and I'm in one open event, so I can just kind of get away from people and just focus on my own thing. So
Sure.
Yep.
Mr. Idol, track, cross country, or basketball?
Basically, I've always said whatever sport I'm coaching is my favorite. You know, I just
That's the answer I expected from him too.
Yeah, whatever I like, you know, and it's worked out. And these guys, Will says, you know, he likes football. Well, that's great, but some boys would say, oh, I like football, and then that would be it. And he's such a good athlete. He comes out, and I don't care if he likes track, clear down at the bottom. He performs, and he comes through. That's what all of these people have done. You know, they do their best, what sport they're in.
Okay. And my last question for the boys. We got some guys over here, but your senior year, who wins the backyard brawl?
Sigourney's not going to like to hear it, but after the year we had...
I know Bruns is sitting over there listening.
Yeah, he's not going to want to hear it, but I think Pekin takes it.
Casey?
Yeah, it's all us.
Coach Weber will be proud.
Oh, yeah.
No, thanks a lot, guys, for coming
Alan,
in.
I thought your last question was going to be why are all young men these days bleaching their hair blonde?
Well,
and or having stars also.
Yeah, because I think Bruns does, and I believe
Yeah.
some of our wrestlers did. And
what's up with the blonde hair?
Maybe we just need some stars in Mr. Idol's hair.
Somebody answer.
I don't know. I feel
It's
like
just the thing?
if you make state, you got to do it. I feel like it's just a thing up there. So you got to do designs to stick out too.
All right.
No Turtles outfits to run the 4x1 or.
Davis wouldn't let us this year. We tried multiple times, and we asked Michelle if Davis would go through with it, and she was like, "Don't even try. Don't even
ask him."
Awesome. Well, Pekin Track, thank you guys for coming in. As you mentioned at the top of the segment, you know, some of you guys are involved in baseball and softball, which we did Pekin softball last night, so we'll be seeing some of you still here on Steve Shetler Media. Coach Idol and Pekin Track here on the sports section. Stay tuned. We've got the Sigourney Boys Golf coming up.
We're always looking for ways to improve, and we do that by embracing new and better technologies.
With each of us having our own areas of expertise, we collaborate together to give you the best care possible.
Striving to give you the best smile, we believe doing things right the first time saves you both time and money.
The mission of Essence of Life Hospice is to provide comprehensive, coordinated care to individuals with life-limiting illnesses and to their families, and to support them in the process of death and bereavement. Our goal is to provide palliative care that addresses the physical, psychological, and spiritual dimensions of service for the terminally ill as an integrated whole. We pride ourselves on providing the highest quality care and are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, visit essencehospice.com.
Stam Garden Center. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
Complete Care of Iowa is a medical clinic located in Sigourney, Iowa that provides care to patients of all ages. Located at 113 East Marion Street in Sigourney. Call 641-541-4040. Complete Care of Iowa is open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Tuesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday by appointment only. They're currently accepting new patients. Find more information at CompleteCareOfIowa.com. Complete Care of Iowa. Health care for where you are.
Best when served well chilled. Rockets Glare Rosé is available at Tassel Ridge Winery and at some of our more than 350 retailers in Iowa. If you don't see Rockets Glare Rosé at your favorite store, ask the manager to get it for you.
All right, again, once again we're live from Barnwired in downtown Sigourney for the sports section. A great place to start your Saturday morning with some coffee and some breakfast. Hey, let's look at our Athlete and Team of the Week for this week, as voted on here on Steve Shetler Media Facebook. Keokuk County Hospital and Clinic's Athlete of the Week. Well, we're featuring in both of these HLVTC Girls Track. Emma Roberts was voted our Athlete of the Week. She was a state champ, I believe, in a couple of different events. So congratulations to Emma being voted our Athlete of the Week. And our Team of the Week, Kelly Stiles State Farm Team of the Week, is that HLVTC Girls Track Team. Again, they had a really good showing at state. We're trying to get them on today's show, but everybody's so dang busy this time of the year that we'll try again maybe next week for HLVTC Girls. Let me adjust my camera just a hair before we bring the guys up on the screen. Yes, we do welcome in Sigourney Boys Golf. Alan Sellers is our host for this week. Alan, you've had a great show so far talking to some tracksters. Now we go to golf. Take it away.
All right. Thanks, Steve. A sport that I don't know a whole lot about. So, first of all, I'm going to just have the guys go around, introduce your names, speak loud, and what grade you're in right now.
Well, I'm Coach Tremmel. Solon Yates, and I'm a junior.
Josh Wyatt, junior.
Isaac Bruns, senior.
Jordan Tremmel, freshman.
Kane Weber, senior.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. You guys made it to state for, I believe, the first time since 2019. Is that correct?
Yes.
And I guess Coach Tremmel just kind of take me through the season of how that went, how you guys did in conference, how state went.
Yeah, so we obviously knew we were going to have a pretty solid team this year. I think we started out really well. This team set school records for 18-hole low, 9-hole low, so they've set the standard pretty high. I believe we ended up 67-13 overall. We did lose in the conference meet. We got second place to HLV. I think that was kind of a motivation for us. We didn't play very good that day. We knew we needed to get better if we were going to advance through the tournament play. We were able to host sectionals at home, and we actually blazed through that. We had 6 scores under 78. That's where we shot a 286, which is extremely low. Then we went out. They sent us out to Anita for the district meet, where we had like 5 of the top 7 teams in the state out there, and only 3 were going to advance. And it looked pretty glim for most of the day. We were down, I believe 5-7 strokes with a couple holes to go, and we finished really good. We were able to fight all the way back for at one point there was a 5-way tie for first. As things started to shake out, we ended up second place. It comes down to our 5th and 6th score. So it was a complete team event to get through there, and we were able to qualify for the state meet. Up at state, we were able to finish 5th out of 12 teams. I wouldn't say we played our best. We didn't play our worst either. We kind of played average. I think as Gage mentioned earlier, I heard the greens kind of tore us up too. We did not putt very good. There was a lot of 3 putts. Our lag putting wasn't great. But they battled through some windy conditions. We played really good to start, had ourselves in second place and kind of faded on the second 9 the first day, and then just kept battling. But like I said, 5th place is pretty good. We take that every single year, and like I said, these guys had an excellent year.
Guys, just go around and tell us, like, how did you do at state, or how did you feel like you did at state? Solon, I believe, did you finish with a first-team All-State? And then we had one other one, Jordan. Jordan finished second team. So just tell us kind of how you guys did at state, what your scores were, whatnot.
I thought my first day was pretty good. I shot a 79 the first day, which was pretty solid. And then the second day I didn't play very good. I shot like at 84, but it was all right. I played all right.
So do you guys shoot 18 holes the first day and 18 the second day? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
Take the best 4 each day.
I definitely could have played better. The first day I shot an 88. I had a lot of tree trouble both days. The greens were really tough for me. I couldn't putt at all. The second day I shot a 91. A lot of tree trouble again. Just trouble punching out and losing strokes from that.
I shot pretty horrible, to be honest. My first day was pretty bad, but I guess I came back the second day with an 89, so it was decent. My back nine was pretty sweet, 4 over.
First day, I was kind of living in the trees. It was not a great score. I was kind of out of it mentally, and then the second day I shot an 82, which was decent, I guess.
My first day was horrible. I shot an 89. I was in the trees a lot. I played way better than the back nine. And then my second day, I shot an 88, which is improvement, but I was still in the trees a lot. So definitely improvement for there.
So it was a course with a lot of trees, I take it?
Yes.
Okay. And then who is your 6th?
Ike Molnix, who's working today.
Ike's nice. And how did Ike shoot up there?
Ike played really good, actually. He shot 81 the first day and took a 10 on 17, so he hit 2 out there. But he played solid that day, and then he came out of the gates the second day and shot a 38 on the front 9, which was really good. Didn't play as well on the back, but I believe he shot 83 the second day. So he had a solid day up there. He was hitting it straight. Like these guys said, if you miss the fairways are wide, but if you miss them, you're going to deal with huge trees that hang all the way to the ground, and we had a lot of punches that it wasn't just our team, everybody. You get under these trees, you got to punch it. There's a lot of strokes for unplayable lies, so you had to be pretty straight off the tee, and then the greens were huge. And we didn't putt great, but that's a state tournament course, and we'll learn from it, and hopefully we can get back there again next year.
Sure. So, like going to state, like what is a really good score for an individual, and then what is each one of your guys' PR, I'll say, for the season?
Well, I would say 40 is kind of the benchmark. If you can break 40, you're playing pretty good. So on an 18-hole course, if you're getting into the 70s, you're playing well. Low 80s is decent. So I'll let these guys kind of go around, tell them what their low 9-hole and 18-hole scores are this year.
My low 9-hole was 34. Linville, which is 2 under there, and then my low 18 was a 68 at Sigourney.
I'm pretty sure my lows were both in the same round at sectionals. I think I went 37-38, which 37 would have been my 9-hole low, and then that 75 in total would have been my 18-hole low.
My 9-hole low came in like an 18-hole meet, which was my back nine. It was 1 under 34. And then my 18-hole low was a 76.
I don't even remember what my 9-hole low. It's been a while since we played a 9-hole meet. My 18-hole low was at sectionals. I shot a 69.
My 9-hole low also came in an 18-hole round. It was, I think it was 37, and my best 18-hole round is a 71.
And I don't know if there's a school record or not, but do you happen to know like what is the best shot anyone's ever shot at Sigourney?
I'm not. Mark Tollensdorf, is that how you say his last name? Shot a 66 in 1985 as the low 18-hole score. So team-wise, I think we have both now on the 18 and 9, but he still holds the 18-hole record. So gives these guys something to shoot for.
For sure. Solon, starting with you, just throughout the whole season, takeaway state, what was the hardest course that you played?
I don't know. We didn't play any like, crazy hard courses. I'd probably just say South Tama, I guess, because none of us had really played it, and we just went up there. It was like a Saturday morning with like there's a lot of good teams there, so I'd probably just say that because none of us really had ever played it before.
I don't even know if it's really a tough course. I just had a really hard time on it. Was the Albia course. We played a tournament up there.
I would say districts at Anita, Cam's course was pretty tough just because of the different rules there.
I'd also say Cam's course, not because the course was really that tough, but the conditions we played in, they were pretty tough.
Yeah, I would also say Cam's course is almost all day long. It was heavy rain, not heavy rain, light rain, and heavy winds that played the course really tough. And they had special rules that made it challenging to play around.
So kind of take us through a practice. Like, what do you guys have? Certain things that you work on, or you just play 9 holes, or focus on your putts or your chips or whatever? I mean, just kind of take us through like what you guys would do at a normal practice, I guess.
We're pretty lucky, really. We get to go over to Edmondson, and they have a relatively nice like practice facility over there. So like, we'll each hit like a bucket of balls, and then they have a nice like putting and chipping area. So we'll go do that, and then if we're not over there, like the girls will go one day, and then the boys will like stay back, and we'll just like play 9 holes, and then I mean. If we don't go to the range, like we'll stay out there till like dark, basically, and just play holes, basically. And
what do you feel, Solon, that you really need to work on for next year?
Just being a little bit more consistent, I guess. Just like, I mean, I don't really feel like. I mean, you can always get better. I think I just need to narrow up some misses, I guess.
Okay. Josh?
Definitely need to stay more consistent. Working on playing more smart golf as well. Safe shots that aren't going to get me in a lot of trouble.
Well, I'm graduated, so you probably won't see me on the golf course for a while.
I think I probably just need to work on my distance off the tee because I'm usually playing from pretty far back from all my opponents.
Yeah, I'm graduated as well, but my flaw this year was definitely chipping and putting. So if I were to do anything, I would be out there chipping and putting probably.
And Coach Trimmel, I know, like I've golfed a few times, and it's kind of an aggravating sport at times. But like overall, how good are these guys mentally, during a game? I mean, if something goes wrong, do they get down on themselves, or they just kind of flush it and go on, or?
They've all kind of grown. I mean, Jordan's still a freshman, but I've seen these guys since they were freshmen, and if you can just look at their averages, and they used to have huge blow-up holes, and they've narrowed that down to, making doubles instead of making 10s or 11s. and Jordan as a freshman's had an excellent season. You know, he got a little frustrated, like you said, up at the state meet. That probably cost him a few strokes, and he'll learn from it, and he'll bounce back. But it's hard when you're 15, 16 years old playing against, you know, sometimes 18-year-olds that are just blasting at 300 yards, and you just got to learn from it and realize, you know, hitting it straighter is better than hitting it 300 into the trees, and you're going to have bad holes, and you just got to bounce back. I mean, you watch the best in the world, they'll make doubles and triples at times, but they don't follow it up with another one. They come back with a par or birdie and get it going again.
Okay. And you're losing a couple really good seniors. Is there some younger kids coming up that can fill in the shoes of them guys?
Well, we're hoping so. You know, Hayden Binsmiller is really taking a liking to golf. He's played a lot. He's kind of he's followed us around, so we're hoping he'll put in the time. Landon Conrad, Carson O'Rourke, Dane Chittick. Hopefully 2 of those guys can step up. But like I told him, you just don't get better by showing up next year. You've got to play, and that's a credit to these guys. This is all they do is golf all day long, and that's why they're so good. They put in the time, and that's what it takes.
Okay. Solon, I'll start with you here. I know every meet you go into, you want to beat the other team, but what is one team throughout the season that you really want to beat? You got to beat them.
Probably just BGM, honestly. They have and all their kids are really nice. I don't know, they have a few people over there that are can be a little iffy sometimes, so
Definitely have to agree on BGM. Sure. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't really have a team, just everyone.
I'd probably say BGM as well.
I would say either BGM or HLV after the conference meet. That was not a good showing for us, and I want my payback.
Kane tells it like it is. Okay, we'll kind of wrap up here. Solon, golf or baseball?
Golf.
Josh, golf or football?
Golf.
Isaac, golf or football?
Football.
JT, golf or baseball?
Golf.
Kane, golf or basketball?
Golf.
Coach Tremmel, golf or basketball?
As far as playing or coaching or what?
Coaching.
Probably basketball. Playing golf, but I love coaching them both. You know, I've got great kids on both sports, but I'd probably pick basketball.
Okay. And just real quick, the 2 seniors, what's your guys' future plans now here after school?
I'm going to UNI just for academics, no sports. So I'm going to major in business finance and then possibly double major in real estate.
I'm going to NICC. It's a John Deere trade school, and I'll be a diesel mechanic.
All right. Well, Coach, you know, the trend is to bleach your hair blonde. Are you going to be doing that anytime soon?
It's not in the plans.
All right. I just thought I'd ask. As far as state golf goes, how many times in Sigourney's history have either team, boys or girls, made it to state golf?
The boys have made it 3 times. I think they made it in 85 or 6, and then 19, and then this year.
Okay.
The girls, as far as a team, I think there's only 2. We've had some individuals, but we took 2 teams, 22 and 23, I believe, or 21 and 22. So
it doesn't happen very often.
No,
so
it's quite a feat.
Yeah,
They should be proud of it.
Yes, definitely. Well, awesome. Yeah, well, guys, thanks for coming in on this Saturday morning. Alan, thank you so much for being our guest host, making your return for a one-time showing here on the sports section. Next week, we'll have our summertime host for June, July, and August. Mr. A.J. Johnson from KTVO is going to be our summertime host, talking to our different area sports teams. So tune in. We're every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. at Barn Wired here in Sigourney for the sports section.